All right, the footage that you're about to watch is my trip that I took in the spring of last year, 2024, going over to Latvia to learn from the Northman Guild's timber framing and log building course. I hope you guys enjoy. This is a good one. It's about 7:20 in the morning. In about 3 minutes, we are going to head out down to the airport. I just realized something this morning that I'm kicking myself for not realizing before, which is we can go straight from Latvia to Alaska and then straight from Alaska back down to school. I have no idea when I'm going to be back home again. It could be a year before I'm back here, so just trying to sit for a minute and enjoy being here for a little bit, I guess. I also don't know when I'm going to see this goofball again. Home sweet home for the next 9 hours, right? The room has a good view though. Right, and 9 hours later, we are in Amsterdam. That's where we are. That's where we made it to. Yes, we're in Amsterdam, and we have like an 11-hour layover here, but because we checked our bags, and our bags somehow magically got checked all the way through to Riga, Latvia, we can't really leave the airport. So we're just, you know, in the airport for ever. And with that, we have arrived in Latvia. Over 24 hours. I want to say like 28 hours. Overall, successful. We made it to the hotel. Tomorrow we're going to check out the city a little bit, and then we're going to go get checked in. Okay, so far, Latvia's dope. Epic for days. I would say the coolest thing so far is just the difference in all the architecture. Like, you have these really old buildings, like the Eastern Orthodox Church that we went this morning, which is like mid-1800s. And then you've got Soviet-era stuff that's just there. And then you've also got a bunch of modern style architecture. And it's all just crammed together, kind of haphazardly. But it's dope. Here's our train. And now we go from really the only big city that we found in Latvia all the way down the line to where we're going. It's pretty cool. All right, we made it. So we got checked in. We've met most of the guys. There's going to be a meetup here in a while. But yeah.
We have a dry room here, and also no politics room. So because it also can become dangerous. So everybody else in the group goes down and makes push-ups.
Now you have to go further in. You have to go really here and you need to go. In the middle, you need to put the elbow more.
Okay, so beginning of the first day of actual classes last night just ended up being everybody trickling in, some dinner at about 7, and then a campfire. Today we're going to do introductions and then get to work, I think. All right, Zoran, you ready for day 2?
No.
No. The instructors aren't ready to teach, guys. This is going to be rough.
But the idea is that with this, that you make a full scale, not the full scale, but the small scale with all the connections. And what if you want to build like back in the day, and if you go in a carpentry school, the first years what you do is you just build the scale models. And then you go through the process. You make all the connections. You understand how everything works, and by the end you have a 3D model of what you're going to build when we didn't have the software where to model it. Here, and then based on that cross, you just take a level. With a barefoot, it's actually more secure because you can wrap around the log. With the heavy soles, you're more unstable.
These are squared beams, right? So these have all been milled with a sawmill because we don't have all the time in the world to mill stuff like this. But back in the day, before sawmills were invented, in order to timber frame, you needed square posts, and posts that look like that as well, but mostly square posts to be able to do the kind of building that we're doing right now. Good morning. It is the beginning of day 2, which seems really crazy to say, saying so it kind of feels like we've been doing this for a long time. I am stiff and sore and really tight in all the places, and so this morning I need to stretch out.
Today is scribing, and then I hope they start cutting soon because we running.
Okay, enough.
So you see also that the grain is changing. Sometimes you have to change direction.
Before lunch, we did the layout and got everything set up and all the pieces marked up and ready to be cut. And then since lunch, we've all been basically each had a piece of wood and have been working on it. And it's time for dinner, and I am exhausted, but it's so cool. It's so much fun. Like, there's so much skill involved with everything. Like, every single thing that you have to do, every single cut, every single cleanup, all of it. It's all super involved, and it's so much fun. So dinner, and then we'll see what happens. Holy cow.
Latvians used to have families before the First World War, from 8 to 15 children.
Wow.
So imagine then each family and then 4 generations living under one roof. You would need some space, and then you need also people as helpers in the fields.
So this is the frickin' chimney, and then there's a door going into the chimney. Wow, it smells like smoke. It smells really good, actually. It smells like smoked chicken. There's the top. So this is an old storehouse. So the walls are made of oak, and everything's built so they can't break in. So you've got those. So here you have the gigantic gearbox that goes straight out to the windmill itself, and then that connects to that, which is a little tree, and that takes care of spinning the gigantic millstone at the bottom. It's got to weigh like 2 tons. Right, so we did went through and looked at the old historical buildings, which was epic, especially the windmill. That was crazy. And just the overall craftsmanship. And now we're here at the smoke sauna. I have no idea what a smoke sauna is, but we'll see.
200 years ago, had lived family, and in family had 9 kids. They all played French horns as a quartet, and it was a very famous quartet in Latvia in 1888, 89. They made melodies for folk songs, for symphonic classical music. Actually, they were founders of Latvian classical music. All 9 kids were birthed in sauna, smoke sauna.
This was the birthhouse for the children.
Yeah,
So
because it was normal in the past.
how warm is the Leech Lake this year?
The leech lake. There's the sauna.
Yeah, it's a competition every year to see who gets the most leeches.
We
got high. we got high.
So that's what we did. That's what we did in Latvia. They just got finished with the salt sauna. The salt sauna. What the smoke sauna? The smoke sauna. And now we're all feeling good. People used to live very similarly to how we're living right now. When you wake up in the morning and you go to work and you eat well and you laugh with people that you care about, and people, in this case, people that you just barely met, eat your meals together, and then after work you still spend time in the same area. In the evening you sit around the campfire and you talk to each other and you play songs on guitar and tell stories about where you're from and who you are. You celebrate your culture, you celebrate who you are, and then you learn from other people, learn who they are and what their culture is. And it's something I think we've lost. Oh, it is 6:45 in the morning. 6.5 hours of sleep. It's fine. It's fine. It's not like we're doing hard physical labor or anything where you would want more sleep, and it's not like I'm an absolute sissy when it comes to not getting enough sleep, but that's fine. It's all for the plot. Red Hot Chili Peppers vibe? That's fair. I think that chicken last night was not that great. Dad's not doing so hot either. It's about 5 p.m. and I tried to work this morning, but that didn't go over very well, so it's just been kind of from the bed to the bathroom, back to the bed. It's Wednesday. I'm finally just starting to feel good enough where I think I'm gonna try and do some work. Probably gonna end up having to do runs back and forth to the bathroom, but to be honest with you, I'm just sick and tired of sitting in my room. This is probably the best tasting thing I've ever had. It's my first actual food besides like some grapes and water.
Okay, so I'm working on this king post right now, and it's terrifying the frick out of me. So in case you guys don't know what a king post is, I didn't know until about 3 hours ago. So if you don't, it's fine. This beam right here, this slot that I just cut is going to go over here into the middle of that thing. At the end of each one of those posts is going to be a beam that's going to go up and meet up here in the middle somewhere, and it's going to create a spire on top of the structure that we're building right now. So if this is wrong, whole thing is screwed. No pressure, right?
Right, so morning cold plunge and then some breakfast. Right, post what, 40 degree ice plunge. It's a wee bit chilly. Well, it is the day off. It's Saturday. It's an absolutely gorgeous day. We're advised not to work in the shop because we'll burn ourselves out, so I'm gonna try not to work in the shop. And there's a trail that goes around where we're staying at, which is the Old Manor Ratnieki. We're gonna go for a jog and scope it out. So let's go, come on. No idea what that means. Hopefully it means such and such and such and such hiking trail and not abandon hope all ye that enter here. You know, where I come from, it's dry enough that anything that falls down starts to rot. But here, you look at this tree that's fallen across the way here, and it's got shoots. Well, that's overly creepy, but still kind of epic. So it's a day off, right? Everyone's taking it easy, everyone's chilling. And they were talking about how we're gonna have something special in the evening. And then they told us we're gonna do archery. And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. We'll do like a little archery competition. That's what people are working on in the back there. And then next thing you know, a car pulls up with a bunch of crazy guys with long hair, and they go into the barn onto the little stage that's set up there and start hooking up lots of sound equipment. After talking with some of the instructors, I found out they just thought, you know what this carpentry class really needs? You know what it really needs? A freaking rock concert. So yeah, in about 20 minutes, there's gonna be a rock concert. So this is the lead singer of the band that we just watched. What's you guys' band's name?
We're Stranded Jenny.
Stranded Jenny.
Yeah.
I'll leave a link to these guys' video in the bio. You guys go check them out, okay?
Go check something out.
Look cool.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Put me on your YouTube, man.
That's going on YouTube right there. Thumbnail.
You gotta
Everyone's gonna be like, what the frick is he posted it about?
What is he doing in Latvia?
No, we gotta get one of these. I want one. Okay. Everything is packed up. The bed is made up kind of the way it was when I got here. And now I think it is going to be until lunch, working to finish up everything that we need to then, after lunch, be able to assemble all of the timber frame stuff that we've been working on for the past 9 days. So, should be an epic day. After that, we're going to go to a Michelin star rated chef who lives out in the middle of the woods, which is also dope.
Get in there. Hey, look, smile.
You know, when we first started on this trip, I wasn't expecting it to be life-changing or anything. I was expecting it to be cool. Don't get me wrong. I never really doubted that it was going to be awesome, but I didn't expect it to be like this huge, like, perspective-altering experience. There's no way for me to really put it in words. There's this whole world that's just been opened up to me of people that are so talented and so skilled and have spent so much time pounding and just working and honing their craft. And it's amazing that they're so willing to be helpful to help somebody as unskilled as me learn what it's taken them years and generations to figure out. It's just opened my eyes so much to the fact that there's people like this all over the world. There really are. And all you have to do is be willing to go out and find them, do the difficult things to go out and meet them, you know? Like, this course is just sitting here for anyone that wants to try it. And that's exactly what it's been. Like, there's so much that we've gotten to do and that I've gotten to experience on this trip that has just been epic. And it's all been handed to me on this silver platter of just like, here's this epic place. And now I have 15 new students that are friends, plus 5 just insanely talented and insanely skilled instructors that are friends now as well. It's an incredible blessing. And if you see something and say, that's awesome, and I would love to learn more about that, it's well worth your time to invest in that thing. You won't be disappointed. And even if you are, you'll be wiser for it. All right, you guys, I'm back again. If you stuck it out to this far in the video, thank you guys so much for watching. This really was one of the best trips I've ever taken in my life. It was kind of a seminal experience for me as far as how I see the world and how I'm trying to experience the world. I certainly hope you guys were able to get something good out of it. If you guys haven't already, go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. We've got more coming for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.